Parker Schnabel, a teenager mining in Bolivia, embarks on a daring journey to find gold. He compares the process to playing the lottery, with the excitement of potentially making a fortune or leaving him with nothing but dirt. The team, consisting of Tyler, Diego, and Danny, is determined to find the perfect spot for the gold to settle. They make improvements to their sluice box, which they believe is the right one for the job. However, chaos ensues when the pump starts acting up, and Parker loses control of a loose pipe.
I can go down and start setting the pump up and all that shit. This is pretty straightforward.
Yep.
I would wrap the carpet over the top and nail it to the bottom of the front.
Tyler, Diego, and Danny scramble around trying to make the machine work while he supervises. Despite the chaos, they remain optimistic about their chances of success. At least a quarter of a gram is needed to justify continuing the operation. They manage to pull about 500 milligrams, or a third of a gram per yard of dirt, which puts them on par with his Yukon site. As night falls, they gather around a small fire, eating a hurried meal. There's a sense of camaraderie among the crew, as they all lean into Parker's dream of finding gold. The next morning, they return to the sluice box with its AstroTurf liner, and continue to work tirelessly. Parker points out flecks of gold as they settle in the sluice, giving him enough evidence to keep the operation moving forward. Danny's job is to clear out the rocks that clog the sluice, and despite the tedious tasks, everyone plays a role. Parker's teamwork is evident, even if he's the one doing most of the talking and dreaming. Parker has his eyes on a specific stretch of ground that he thinks could be the jackpot. He shares his reasoning, throwing out phrases about gold settling at natural low points, but it's all a bit of a gamble. The crew is willing to give it a shot, even if they're running mostly on faith. They move the operation down to this new spot, resetting the sluice box and repositioning the pump. A faint glint of relief breaks into the crowd, and they let out a collective sigh of relief. It's not a fortune, but it's something. And for now, that's enough. They keep running dirt, piling wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow into the sluice, and bit by bit, they start to accumulate a small collection of flakes. Parker's excitement grows, feeding off each tiny success, each glimmer in the sluice. The day wears on, and the sluice box fills with dirt and debris. The crew takes turns clearing it out, making sure the AstroTurf isn't getting clogged. It's dirty, back-breaking work.
We want to know what the mining potential is, so that's why it's really important we do some bulk testing. There's a lot of pressure on this sluice box, and there's a lot of pressure on today.
But there's an unspoken understanding that they're all part of something bigger. Their shared vision is what drives them. And even when it seems like they're just shoveling dirt into a homemade contraption, there's that glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, they'll strike it big. The sluice box starts to show its worth, and by late afternoon, they've managed to collect enough gold to fill a small vial. For their leader, it's proof of concept, and he can't help but smile, knowing that this is just the beginning of a long, uncertain journey. Parker Schnabel, a gold miner and TV personality, has turned his hobby into a multi-million-dollar empire. His origin story is like something straight out of a movie script. A young, ambitious teenager taking over his grandfather's gold mine in Alaska. He was not even old enough to legally drink. But there he was, elbow-deep in mud, running an operation that would make most adults run for the hills. With every setback and every piece of broken equipment, he just kept doubling down. Somehow it worked. It wasn't purely luck either. Although, let's face it, a lot of people would have failed miserably. He was sharp. He took every penny he earned and poured it right back into the next big claim or the next shiny piece of equipment. Somehow, it worked. Fast forward a few years, Parker isn't just messing around in Alaska anymore. He's setting his sights on the Yukon, and now we're talking about some serious money. The amount of planning, effort, and sheer cash it takes just to keep the machines running is enough to make anyone want to quit. Dominion Creek is a serious operation, with daily operating costs that'll make your head spin and deadlines that feel like a ticking time bomb. There's no room for error, and he has a 6-year clock ticking to turn this investment into something more than just an elaborate money pit. It appears that Parker is not content with only excavating in North America. He also requires the excitement of the journey. Enter Parker's Trail, a story in which our favorite risk-taker makes the decision to go all over the world in search of the next big sparkling find. While he has been traveling from Australia to Papua New Guinea, he has been dragging his crew through a variety of environments.
I know that we have a lot of things on the go. We have Australia Creek, we have Dominion now.
Ranging from swamps to desert heat, in an effort to determine whether or not there is a method to earn a profit and possibly improve his ratings at the same time. Recent events have piqued his interest in Brazil, specifically the allure of the Amazon region and its purported wealth. It goes without saying that the situation is not limited to gold. Rather, it is a complex web of bureaucratic hurdles, legal ambiguities, and environmental debates. However, he is completely committed. He is currently working in conditions that would cause the majority of people to flee for a shower and a comfortable bed. He is mixing with local miners while under these conditions. Parker, on the other hand, views it as nothing more than another obstacle. As long as there is gold at the end of it, the dangers are merely a part of the experience. When it comes to Parker, one thing to note is that he is not a one-man show. Although he is the public face of the company, it is his team that ensures everything runs smoothly. These two individuals, Mitch, the mechanic, and Tyson, the truck driver, are responsible for ensuring that the plans are actually implemented and become something more than just a wishful notion. Although some people may characterize his managerial style as fear-driven and others as brash, there is no doubting that there is respect for the individuals who continue to support him. Not only has the no-nonsense and occasionally fiery manner acquired a reputation, but it has also resulted in the formation of a group of individuals who are aware that they are making history, or, at the very least, mining some pretty substantial amounts of gold. The mining industry is a difficult and expensive business that involves the quest of gold. The ultimate objective of mining is to recover 80,000 ounces of gold from the earth. However, the process is not only about making rapid rewards, it also involves the excitement of the chase, taking risks, and going beyond what anyone else believed was technically possible.
Yeah, I think the only way we can kind of get over this hump is to get a plan going. We could sluice a bunch of tailing.
The primary focus has shifted away from the conventional gold mining industry and toward the expansion of the business. There are a number of components that make up the drive, including expanding operations, making investments in cutting-edge technology, and developing a sustainable future. There is a clear demonstration of dedication at Dominion Creek because the property is enormous, the stakes are great, and the challenges are unrelenting. There are obstacles in the form of licensing requirements, enormous initial expenses, logistical problems, and a persistent doubt regarding whether or not the gold is even present. To counter this, each and every obstacle is merely another hill to climb. It is crystal apparent what the vision is: 80,000 ounces of gold. This would solidify the status of the individual as one of the most successful miners of this generation if it were to be accomplished. When it comes to conducting an operation such as this, every minute counts, and the clock is beginning to tick. It's not only about digging, it's about getting the appropriate personnel, the right equipment, and aligning every aspect so that when the dirt starts moving, it doesn't stop until the goal is accomplished. Only then will the project be successful. It is the most significant risk that has been taken up to this point, and if it is successful, Dominion Creek will be nothing short of legendary. The idea is not limited to the present moment. Rather, it is about leaving something that is more than just a bank account that is stuffed with riches. To be recognized as someone who broke boundaries, who refused to take the easy way out, and who altered the way people thought about gold mining is the goal here. There has already been a demonstration of interest in a variety of endeavors, ranging from television series to the exploration of ancient mining trails and the expansion of the footprint around the globe. There is always something new that attracts interest, whether it be the exploration of technology breakthroughs in mining, the exploration of virgin terrain in South America, or the taking on of some of the environmental difficulties that the mining industry faces.
300 would be ideal, but, beggars can't be choosers.
People who work in mining have a life that is rough, grueling, and full of experiences that the majority of people never get the chance to have. Although the stakes are always high and the margin for error is extremely narrow, there are certain people who thrive under the strain that they are under. Those risks have the potential to yield enormous benefits if they are accompanied by the appropriate team, plan, and a little bit of luck. The challenge and the thought that something is being done that so few people have the courage to even attempt are what keep this effort continuing. The money is not the only thing that keeps it going. For everything to remain at the top of the game, it is the drive and the need for more that is responsible.
In Alaska, Parker Schnabel discovers what may be the richest gold mine. On the next episode of Gold Rush, he claims to have made the most crazy treasure ever. Will this be his greatest win or risk? Stop wasting time and start. Parker Schnabel is overworked managing 2 mines in different countries. He has had initial challenges in Alaska, but gold is bringing growth. His Yukon crew is rushing to mine the massive airfield claim before the season's water license expires. Everything must be stripped and paid for to mine everything left this year. Parker's crew has mined 48 of his 90 airfield acres, including the Keyhole, Easy Street, and Bear Cut. They are using Slucifer to run pay dirt from the 18-acre payback cut to the 24-acre runway cut, the largest and last cut. They must have 5 acres down to pay the next week before restarting Big Red, so it will wait until all the stripping is done. With only one wash plant, the runway cut is all hands on deck until stripped, except for one crew member. Tyson Lee drives the 750 excavator through the payback cut, while Parker handles the D11 and Mitch removes runway overburden with the 700. Given mounting barriers, staying ahead is a daily battle. Air from the 700 excavator suddenly smells like coolant, indicating difficulties. A broken radiator leaks coolant into the hot exhaust manifold, disrupting their plans. Needing replacement components quickly, Mitch calls Taylor. Tyson then departs his 750, leaving him with 480, reducing his ability to transfer Slucifer money. With just 480 digging paid, they risk running out of pay dirt and having nothing to process. Reducing the feed rate reduces gold flow, but it's better than shutting down the plant. With Slucifer decreased and Big Red off, mining all 90 acres is less likely. Crews are removing heavy dirt from the runway cut.
Tyson, do you have a copy? Tyson? Hey, there's a huge build-up in the pre-wash. I don't know what to do.
I'll get it.
They're loading it out without a place to transport it since it's late in the year to open 20 feet of dirt. Parker's crew is racing to clear the 24-acre runway cut to feed Big Red wash plant. Big Red waits on a mountain to wash rocks. If they had pay dirt now, it would work. Tyson is in a tough spot after taking the 750. But opening the ground is crucial to avoid leaving a lot of gold. Tyson is digging for cash to feed Slucifer in the 480, while Mitch's 700 excavator is being repaired. He has reduced Slucifer's feed rate and hopes not to make more changes, but Big Red comes first. However, Taylor arrives with wonderful news. The 700 radiator has been changed and is ready. This should restore their momentum. This machine has transported tons of soil and paying dirt to the wash facility. Tyson can feed Slucifer 220 yards per hour with the 750 back in service. They can process more pay dirt and extract more gold. The 750's return is a big relief, allowing normal operations. Parker's sole wash facility is back online, promising a better season finale. Mitch Blaschke is under pressure to move pay dirt at Parker Schnabel's Indian River claim before the season expires. Both Big Red and Slucifer wash plants operate 24/7, making feeding them essential. Mitch moved Evan, a young passionate rock truck driver, to loader operator to boost output. However, a big issue abruptly halts their progress. Evan finds many large pebbles in the sluice runs, forcing Big Red to stop. Big Red is down, so no gold being processed or money is coming in. But expenses are rising. Big Red must be fixed and working again when needed. Mitch and Tyson quickly discover a blown-out screen deck portion. Huge rocks and sluice runs indicate a large hole in the screen, which filters larger pebbles from finer pay dirt. Huge pebbles clog the opening runs when the screen breaks. Interrupting water flow prevents the guns from catching gold and washes away the sluice box end. The team tackles the tricky screen repair.
The other end of that goes right into the generator head, and it's cooked right off. I mean, you know, this is the engine. This is what powers.
Mitch says the material they're processing is quite sharp and aggressive. This caustic substance slowly erodes tiny screens, cutting them. The damaged screen is removed and replaced with a new one, fastened in place. The screen deck connection is crucial to gold mining. Screens separate larger boulders from finer pay dirt, allowing gold-rich material to be collected. Breaking screens lets big rocks fall through and clog sluice channels. This clog prevents the water from flowing properly, preventing the riffles from catching the gold, which washes out of the sluice box and is lost. Big Red needs to fix the screen to keep processing pay dirt efficiently. Mitch, Tyson, and the crew quickly fix the damage, emphasizing the screen deck's value. With the new screen, the crew restarts Big Red. The effective repair brings relief and satisfaction. Evan's rapid diagnosis saves the squad a lot of gold, proving his value. Over $90,000 is worth 51.6 ounces of runway cut gold. Running Big Red for a week might net $500,000 in gold. Slucifer has been efficient, digesting the chopped dirt and generating 336.05 ounces of gold, worth over $600,000. Parker's team is optimistic because both plants are running well. They appreciate being at the end of their huge mining activity and the effort required to move the wash plants. The crew wants to maximize the season and leave no gold behind as they reach the finish. Parker Schnabel's mining operation is running, but new challenges are straining the workers. Mitch is carefully processing a lot of pay dirt from Parker's Indian River claim before the season ends. Mitch has shifted Evan, a young, energetic crew member, from rock truck to loader to help meet demand at Big Red and Slucifer wash plants, which are open 24/7. Despite these achievements, Parker adds a major task. Parker intends to establish a new operation in Alaska's Yukon in 3 weeks, with both wash plants working well in the Bear Cut and delivering over 1,800 ounces of gold.
Big moment! This is what we've been waiting for and working on all day, buddy. Let's do it!
The season's success depends on both plants working, as over half the area cleared, covering 4 million square feet. Mitch must free up more land, including the Panama Canal Cut, a 10-acre cut. Mitch must dig up the only road connecting the camp to the current cutting and build a new road while maintaining critical access to the mine site after hitting frozen pieces and ice on the lone road to the camp. As they start this project, they discover the earth is frozen, aggravating the issue. Tyson informs Mitch that too many projects have left them without soil for the night shift. Parker's frequent plan modifications cause tension, but Mitch's crew is determined to finish the last 350 feet of the new road. They connect the new road just in time, allowing cars to dump pay dirt. With the new road, they can pile dirt and run wash machines. Parker's staff is under pressure to maximize gold production with limited time and resources. Machinery runs at maximum capacity as trucks load coarse tailings. Parker's all-or-nothing decisions push the crew. In 12 hours, they finish the road, enabling vital wash plant access. Mitch examines Parker's bold strategy, knowing that gold miners cannot hold gold underground. Justin and Tyson contend with frozen pay dirt impeding gold recovery in the machine. Cold spring weather makes the permafrost refuse to thaw. The frozen substance makes stripping and hauling difficult, despite their best efforts. Mitch agrees to temporarily shut down the plant to melt and strip after discussing the issue. Though risky, they believe it's necessary to maximize gold recovery over time. By freeing up labor and resources, they aim to strip more efficiently when the weather improves. The workforce prepares to melt and strip as the facility closes, knowing that their success depends on their ability to respond to challenges. They take the risk with drive and teamwork, knowing it will pay off. Parker's decision to cease operations on Big Red because of financial worries.
There you go. That's dead nuts. I just need a rock. Yukon hammer.
Is a deviation from their usual 24/7 running plan once sluicing begins. Parker takes this smart risk due to rising fuel costs and the need to boost income. Parker hopes postponing the wash plant will allow his staff to strip more land and expose it to the sun to thaw. The success of this strategy depends on good weather, which Parker is willing to risk. Nona Lovelace, the office manager turned heavy equipment operator, uses the 73-ton D10 dozer to cut through the deep permafrost. The frozen ground makes mining difficult, but Nona's passion drives her to go. Nona thinks mining is fun since you can overcome obstacles like permafrost. Due of permafrost's harshness, the D10 dozer's blade peels up, stopping progress. Big Red's downtime is compounded by this setback, placing pressure on the team to fix it soon. Technician Smith and welder Dan Colon rush to repair the D10 dozer and restore service. Their efforts show the gravity of the situation, as every moment missed means lost cash. After the suspended pay downtime, the crew resumes operations with relief and worry, despite the shortcomings. They made over $290,000 in gold during the shortened week. While this is a break, Parker knows their situation is terrible. With so much soil to process, any more delays could hurt the season. Parker Schnabel is meticulously planning to capitalize on a potentially successful pay streak with the 4-acre Wolf Cut on the other side of the claim. Parker wants to deliver 1,000 ounces of gold this season, so he needs to efficiently access the pay dirt, which is 30 feet underground. The crew must remove 100,000 yards of overburden to reach gold-rich soil. The approaching season makes this duty urgent and requires careful planning and hard work. The group meets many hurdles along an old dredge pond, made worse by the flooding. Parker realizes the muddy conditions are making things harder. He warns about big machinery getting bogged in the mud and stresses the significance of careful maneuvering to avoid problems. Michael Baudry, a new crew member, keeps calm despite the obstacles. Michael brings tenacity and perseverance from past adversity to the group, ready to tackle any challenge.
There with a chain on the excavator, get it up on dry ground so we could work on it. It must have shut off or the silt got in there and plugged it up.
Water escaping melting permafrost complicates excavating. This unforeseen event floods the cut with pond water, threatening their efforts. Parker and his staff plan to manage rising water levels after realizing the problem. They installed a sump pump to regulate water flow and prevent floods, allowing them to control the dig site. Parker perseveres to maximize the Wolf Cut's potential and ensure no gold extraction is missed. Mark cleverly floated the pump on old pontoons to prevent flooding. It's a race against time to rescue the season and keep the money flowing. Mitch is stressed with only 5 days to launch Slucifer. Summer seems to fly by. Mitch places Slucifer in a 30-ton pad and installs the super stacker for speedy pay dirt processing to meet Parker's deadline. Getting everything ready for surgery is a race against time. The crew races to finish Slucifer before Parker arrives from Alaska after repairing the super stacker. As they board the 120-foot super stacker, nervousness grows. However, it elevates and hits the free wash, marking a major goal. Parker is closer to digging out the 90-acre airstrip and starting his Alaska enterprise with 2 wash plants. Despite challenges, the team is determined to keep the gold flowing. An unexpected conveyor blowout halted production, but Parker's crew quickly restored it. Big Red continued to extract gold from the Easy Street cut, securing revenue. Chris detailed their earnings, showing a considerable increase over last year. Having the super stacker at the cut is a big step toward making Slucifer operational. Mitch and his colleagues work hard to cover every detail because failure could slow them down. The conveyor plug occurrence shows that mining always has obstacles. Parker's quick thinking and the team's resourcefulness allow them to solve the problem swiftly, demonstrating their flexibility to unexpected conditions. The crew's recent successes and future prospects keep them upbeat despite their problems. When they hit 1,500 ounces for the season, they feel accomplished. Parker warns them that the Alaska operation is coming up.
Plant hustling.
You got it pumping, huh?
Yeah. The more you start revving it, the faster it goes, but the chance of it blowing up gets a lot better.
The crew knows their success depends on their ability to stay focused and go forward under difficult conditions. Parker and his team are driven by purpose. Despite challenges, they are committed to a record-breaking season. Mud pits and equipment failure have plagued Parker Schnabel and his gold hunting team. They persevered through determination and resourcefulness, showing their unrelenting commitment to success. Parker's leadership and hands-on attitude have helped the team overcome mining's complexity and create confidence in their ability to succeed. Parker remains certain that the work will be beneficial as they open new cuttings and push through the toughest terrain. Parker Schnabel's gold search is looking good with a new Alaska operation and promising results. Do you like this content? Subscribe and follow us for more.